Hey, my name is Susie Salter, and I'm a student in EDM 310 at the University of South Alabama. This is my final blog post reflection video. Okay, I'm going to be honest about this class. To start with, I was completely apprehensive about it. I did not want to spend 9 or more hours a week on the computer. I didn't want to do 15 projects, 15 blog posts, all these activities, put all this stuff on my computer that I had to do. I did not care to do that. I didn't care to set up a Twitter account. I thought all of it was useless. But now I realize that the things we did in EDM 310 were really useful in the long run. The things we learned in here, we never learned in other classes. So one of the first things I learned in this class was time management. Before this class, I would procrastinate and wait till the last minute all the time. I would wait till the night before to write a paper or whatever, but there's so much work to do in this class that you cannot sit there and wait till the last minute to do it because you won't get it all done, and I learned that very quickly. The first week of this class, I was like, okay, I can wait till the last minute to do my work. But then I realized very quickly that that was not going to work, and I had to really push it to get my work done on time. So now I know that procrastination is bad, but it did take me a long time to figure out that procrastination is bad. I know with this class, my other 6 classes, and work, I was just completely snowed under this semester. So obviously it's easy for me to say, oh, I can wait till here to do this or here to do that. I would sit there and say, if I didn't have EDM 310, I wouldn't be so stressed out. But now I realize that it wasn't EDM 310's fault for me being stressed out. It was my own fault because I was so used to the way other classes run that I wasn't used to the way this class run. Usually in other classes, you don't have enough work for you to really have to worry about, keeping up with your times and like when this is due, when that is due. You usually only have like maybe, I'm an English major, so maybe 2 papers, 3 at the most. You'll have a midterm or final. So that's really not a lot. That's only like certain times during the semester that you have to worry about that. But this class, like every week you have something major to do, so you really have to be on the ball. So the next thing I learned in this class was how to get along with other people. So before this class, I hated group work. I absolutely despised it. Anytime I was in a group with other people, I would end up doing all or most of the work and support people that I call slackers because they would not put forth any effort because they knew that I was going to do most of the work and I was going to do it well. And I'm a perfectionist, so I'm not going to sit there and let somebody else do all the work for me. But after this class, I realized that group work does not have to be a bad thing. Actually, when you're in a group with people, the other group members can add new ideas that you had never thought of before. And that's a really good thing to have when you're a teacher, is to be able to get new ideas and to actually understand them and use them in your own perspectives instead of just blowing them off and saying, oh, they're not good ideas because I'm the teacher and I know everything. Because when your students come up to you and they have a different idea, it's always good to be like, oh, well, that's good, and actually think about why they said that instead of just blowing them off, and that'll really help their self-confidence later on. A third thing I learned in this class was Twitter. Okay, I've already said I did not want to learn Twitter. I thought Twitter was a waste of my time. I set up my Twitter account in this class, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to get on this Twitter account unless I absolutely have to get on this Twitter account. So like half the semester, I only got on it when I needed to, when in our blog post it would say, send so-and-so a thank you tweet. So that's all I used it for. But as the semester kept going, I actually would get on it, and I found some pretty interesting people that I started following. And now, surprisingly, I actually get on my Twitter every day because, it's interesting stuff, and it's not like long stuff. It'll be links to other stuff, and it's really interesting. So I'm glad that EDM 310 introduced me to Twitter because I never would have gotten involved with it if it hadn't been for this class. A fourth thing that I've learned in this class is how to implement technology into my classroom. So I'm going to be an English teacher, and I never thought about using technology in the classroom. All I really thought about technology in the classroom for English is like finding a source on the internet for a paper. And otherwise, I was like, if they're using the computer, they're going to be cheating because they'll just look up the answer and they'll just copy paste and it'll be over with. But now I understand that like a good thing to use in a classroom, technology-wise, well, for my classroom would be like Blogger. Because with Blogger, you could get kids to do journal entries and creative writing, and that would really help their writing skills for college or later on when they have to write stuff. I don't know. It might even inspire them to be journalists or writers or whatever. And since with Blogger, kids can leave comments on other kids' blogs, that actually gets kids to thinking, well, maybe somebody does want to read my blog, because some kids may think that, oh, my writing isn't good or nobody wants to read what I have written, but when other kids read it and they comment on it and they tell them that they did a good job, then that gives kids the self-confidence that they need to actually write and feel confident to write, and I think that's a great thing for kids to learn. Overall, EDM 310 has been a positive experience. I know I've talked bad about it, but I've really learned a lot of things, but to be honest, I'm glad that it's nearing an end because I'm going to enjoy my summer after all the work that we've done in this class. That's all I've got to say. So this has been an EDM 310 production.